Hello everybody, my name is Hasty Swampert and I am back to give all of you a post-commentary on Week 12 of the Universal Pokemon Association Season 6. Before I get into showing you my team, which was for this week, I'm going to show you my opponent, who is Lucas, who is the coach of the Greenlake Goodras. And looking at his team, he has Tapu Bulu, Zygarde 10%, Alola Ninetales, Swellow, Alomomola, Walrein. His Sableye is his Mega. He has a Heatran, Minior, Excelgor, Alola Sandslash, and Rhydon. And the two Pokemon that are able to yield Z moves are the Zygarde and the Heatran. So to prepare for the team, the first thing that I thought of was, what am I going to do about his Sableye? And I decided that I needed Togekiss for Sableye, because Sableye has been known to block hazards, it's been known to just be bulky, and if you don't have like a really powerful fire move or a really powerful Pokemon, you're not able to really go through it. And with Will-O-Wisp, it's able to burn physical attackers and take their hits and recover. So if you don't have a powerful special attacker, you're in trouble. So I decided that I needed a Togekiss with Dazzling Gleam. I had Nasty Plot on here, just in case he wanted to try to set up Calm Minds, just so I can outpace him in power and just take him out. Air Slash is there for his Tapu Bulu, and Aura Spear is there for the Heatran. And I had a Berry, just in case I have to take a hit from Heatran, but that's really it. I was thinking of using the Yache Berry, but in the end I picked the Berry. And Saren Grace is Saren Grace because, you know, going for those flinches are very, very vital. You gotta love having flinches. And the speed here is there just so I can outspeed Heatran by 4 speed EVs. That's it. So that's it for Chevrolet. Man, did I really misspell it? I didn't know that until now. That was supposed to be Chevrolet, you know, the American car manufacturer. It's whatever. But that's the Togekiss. Next up, I was thinking of Chandelure, because Chandelure, it's not just powerful, but it also just hits a lot of his team hard. I was running Flash Fire. I usually run Infiltrator because of Sableye's Will-O-Wisp, but I thought that Flash Fire would be much more efficient, just so I could take a Will-O-Wisp and have more power with my fire moves. But in that case, he would probably switch in Heatran. So, yeah. But even then, I decided to pick Flash Fire just because I can switch in on Will-O-Wisp and I can switch on Heatran's moves, even though it could have Earth Power. And I decided to have a Choice Scarf because some of his Pokemon were faster. Like, if you go back, he has the Zygarde, he has the Ninetales, he has the Heatran, he has the Swellow. Some of his team is pretty fast. And he could also run a Scarf Bulu. That could be a problem too. And I did the same exact speed number as Togekiss because of Heatran, in case he decided to run a Scarf Heatran. And I had Shadow Ball because Shadow Ball does super effective damage to... Actually, it does super effective damage to nothing. But it's good with against Pokemon that resist the fire moves, like Heatran, Alomomola, Walrein, because it gets thick fat, even though I had Energy Ball for that. And I had Energy Ball for Alomomola and Rhydon too, so it's just Shadow Ball's a good stab move. And Memento is there just to give myself more setup opportunities. And Memento is just really good. I don't remember. I never run Z-move Memento. But I feel like a Choice Scarf from Memento would help give my team momentum and probably go for some kind of sweep with one of my Pokemon. I was really thinking of Gourgeist in sweeping, which I'll get into in a moment. Now, this Kartana is a very weird set, but I ended up running an Assault Vest with a lot of special bulk. The reason for that is because his Alola Ninetales speed ties me, and I thought that it would be a lot more important that I can just take the hit and retaliate back with a Smart Strike and get a Beast Boost off. Usually, I just run Jolly in full speed and full attack, but I wanted to go bulkier, and even without any attack investment, 181 is wonderful without it, because if you look at 398, a Pokemon with max attack of 130 is 394, just to give you an idea of how powerful Kartana is, even without attack investment. So Smart Strike's there for his pesky Alola Ninetales, Leaf Blade was for his Walrein and Alomomola, Sacred Sword was for the Alola Sandslash, and Brick Break was there as filler because he's been known to run Aurora Veil, and I wanted to prepare for that in case he wanted to switch in his Alola Sandslash or whatever other Pokemon he ran. I would just go for the Brick Break, get rid of the screens, and yeah. It's just filler. I couldn't think of any other move to run. I couldn't run Defog because of Assault Vest. I couldn't run... Return has redundant coverage. Gets Synthesis. I did not know that. But even then, Assault Vest. And I don't think I could have done much with X-Scissor. Yeah, I couldn't really do much with X-Scissor. Kartana pretty much coveraged out his whole team. So, yep, Careful Nature, full special defense, a lot of hit points, and some speed. I think it's enough speed to... What is it for? 279. Heatran. I know, a lot of things are meant to outspeed Heatran. So, that is Kartana. Now, the Gourbice, which I was going to get into, which I'm now going to get into, I have a Shell Smashing Gourbice. Shell Smash Gourbice is excellent. I don't care what people say. I've used this thing. It is great. You have to use it in order to believe it. I ran Life Orb just for the extra power and Surf because his team isn't really that bulky. It's like the real threat to Gourbice was Walrein. Or I don't really see this happening, but you could have had a Scarf Excelgor. But those were like the main threats. With Ice Beam and Surf, I just coverage out his team exceptionally well, and Hidden Power Grass rounds it out against the Walrein and the Alomomola. So, and then Shell Smash is Shell Smash. Life Orb was more important just so I can get the KOs after one Shell Smash, and I have enough speed to outspeed a maximum speed Excelgor. I needed the Timid Nature because with the Modest Nature, you're not going to hit the 145 speed mark. I don't think you can even hit 140 with Modest Nature. So I just decided, you know what, let's go with the Timid Nature and the Life Orb. Yeah, I was thinking of Hydro Pump, but I thought the power would be unnecessary, and the accuracy was it's just not that great. You don't want to miss a Hydro Pump. It's not a great feeling. It's happened to me before with 80% accuracy moves like Stone Edge and what else is 80 accuracy? I don't know. I think the main ones are Hydro Pump and Stone Edge. There we go. That took me a bit of time to think about, but that's Wilson the Gourbice. Now, I needed Stealth. I didn't really need Stealth Rocks, but I thought Stealth Rocks would be very essential against his team. And Lycanroc also outspeeds Alola Ninetales. So with the Expert Button Rock Slide and Brick Break, I was hoping to take out his Hailmons, and I have Excel Rock for the Swellow, which I actually didn't know has a special attack buff this generation. It doesn't have 55, it has 75, which actually is... That kind of frightened me looking at some of the calcs. And Stealth Rock is Stealth Rock. If I was able to get rid of his Sableye, then I would be able to get my rocks up. And looking at the speed here, it's enough to outspeed his Ninetales. So that is Doggo the Lycanroc. Now, the last Pokemon, I had this... Well, first off, before I thought of this Diggersby set, I was thinking of a lure type of Liepard. I know Liepard's a support Pokemon, and I've used Liepard as support before, but my idea was to use a Liepard with Gunk Shot, Grass Knot, and what else? It was Gunk Shot, Grass Knot, Thunder Wave, and either Dark Pulse or Foul Play or Knockoff, whichever one did more. I don't think it was Foul Play. It was either going to be Knockoff or Dark Pulse, one of those two. And it would have had a naughty nature because he has very weird speed tiers. And I would have ran an Expert Belt just so I can lure in his Rhydon, I could lure in his Tapu Bulu because it resists the dark moves. It would have been pretty cool, but I decided, you know what, I don't think that's appropriate. I think something like Diggersby is a more suitable choice. So I put this in last minute. It's an Assault Vest Diggersby with Return, Quick Attack, Earthquake, and Power Punch. The reason for Power Punch is because Diggersby, I noticed, it just forces out a ton of switches. And I knew that if I could force something out, I can get a Power Punch and I can just start putting out a lot of damage. It would have been great. And Assault Vest is there so I could live Ninetales' Blizzard or Swellow's Boom Burst and hit them back with some kind of powerful move like Return or Earthquake, which they're both not that bulky, so they will go down or they'll take a whole lot. So that's it for my team. How long was I? Wow, I took a while. That's okay. In a moment, I will show you all the replay of the match. Alright, so here is his roster. If you look at the screen, he's brought the Ninetales, he's brought his Sandslash, he's brought his Swellow, he brought his Heatran, Tapu Bulu, and his Mega Sableye. And it really wasn't all that I expected. I expected his Alomomola to be trouble, and I also expected his Walrein to be a bit of a problem, but not too much of a problem. The Minior was something that really concerned me, because I knew that if his Minior got a Shell Smash up, I think would have been game over for me if it was physical with Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Earthquake, and Acrobatics. I think that would give my team complete trouble, but he did not bring that, and I was very relieved. And the Alomomola, which was the other threat, was also absent, so I was happy for both of them. So I was anticipating his Sableye, because he would think that I would lead with my Hazard Setter, which is usually Lycanroc. So to kind of counter that out, I decided to bring my Togekiss as a lead. And you will see here that I lead my Togekiss, and he actually leads his Tapu Bulu. And right here, he actually switches out into his Heatran. I went for an Air Slash right here. Does very little. I calced it, and I knew that it was some kind of bulky Heatran. So, knowing that, I just decided to bring back my Togekiss. And if you look here, I'm gonna put the speed a little slower for you guys. But yeah, I ended up switching in my Diggersby because I know that if he had any offensive special move, Diggersby would be able to take it, and I knew that I would be able to force it out because I know that he has Stealth Rocks now, and I knew that it wasn't Scarf because it was bulky. And if you're running Stealth Rock, you usually don't run a Scarf, so just by that logic, I knew that it wasn't Scarf. So I knew Diggersby could safely stay in. And I know that he was going to expect me to Earthquake because, I don't know, what else would a Diggersby do? So I knew that he was going to switch out, and I decided, you know what? How about I go for the Power-Up Punch? And he actually switches in his Swellow, anticipating the Earthquake, and I go right for a Power-Up Punch, and I get an attack boost, and the next turn, I had enough power to just take it out with a quick attack. It was a roll, but it was very likely in my favor when I calced it. So I said, you know what, we're gonna quick attack, and we're gonna take out the Swellow, and it actually goes down. Next up, he brings in his Ninetales, and I knew that I could survive a Blizzard, and I didn't want him setting up Aurora Veil, so I wanted to stay in and go for some damage. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to let Diggersby take this Blizzard, Hopefully it doesn't freeze, and I do not freeze, and I manage to get the return off, and Diggersby goes 2 for 1, which is pretty awesome. Diggersby has been an amazing Pokemon for me. I love it. I've really grown into Diggersby. So this time he brings in his Sandslash, and this was a problem because I didn't know what item his Ninetales had, because I know that the Blizzard 75% was the anticipated damage with AV Diggersby. So, and this was with no boosting moves. It didn't reveal a Life Orb. It didn't reveal a choice item. So, I was kind of concerned that it had the Icy Rock. So, because of that, I needed to figure out how am I going to beat this Sandslash. So I decided here, Kartana was dead weight. It wasn't the right match to bring it in. So I switched it in, and he goes for the Icicle Spear. And I expected it to have Icicle Crash, but I don't think it learns it. But I don't know. I don't pay much attention to Alola Sandslash. So here, he outspeeds me and goes for another Icicle Spear. So Kartana did nothing. I hoped that Icicle Spear only hit 3 times, so I would have been able to get off a Sacred Sword or something along the lines of that, but he gets lucky. He hit the Kartana 5 times, then he hit it 4 times. It's whatever. It's not a huge deal that Kartana just can't do much. So here, you saw, I brought in Chandelure. This, in retrospect, it wasn't smart. I looked at the move pool of Sandslash and I was like, oh god, what am I gonna do? Because it can actually take out my whole team if I am not careful enough. So here, I don't know what to do. So what I wanted to do was I just brought in Chandelure, hoping that it didn't have Earthquake. Not smart. Don't do what I did here. And because Shandy was, I expected him, first off, to not have as much bulk invested. He told me after the game he was bulkier investment, and it ends up costing him, because here, I was hoping that I'd live with a little and go for a Memento, but believe it or not, I outsped it. And he told me later that he wasn't really preparing for a Choice Scarf Pokemon to outspeed him. And I actually find out that he has Earthquake. So here, I go into Gourbice, because I know that the Sandslash cannot touch Gourbice. So at this moment, I just decide, you know what, I'm going to go right for the sweep, get up a Shell Smash. And yes, he does go for an Iron Head, trying to flinch me. So I just get my Shell Smash up, double my speed, double my special attack, reduce my defenses by 1 stage, not a huge deal. He doesn't have much priority, which was good. And I just go for a Surf, and I just take out his Sandslash. And he ran out of answers. I just pretty much swept him right at this moment, just right after I got the Shell Smash up. Because you will see right here that Ice Beam is just going to take out his Tapu Bulu. So there goes Bulu. And then I'm going to speed this up. Afterwards, he went into his Heatran, and I just go right for the Surf, and boom, there goes Heatran. Heatran goes down, and then at last but not least, he brings in his Sableye. And he Mega Evolves his Sableye, and he was probably hoping that it was going to take the hit, but nope, it just went down. And that is the battle. We won 4-0. And GG to Lucas, he did a really good job. And believe it or not, I don't think I told you the win and loss ratio, but at this moment, I have 7 wins and I have 5 losses. I have 1 more week to go, and it is against Ice. But that is it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, I would like it if you leave a like, comment, subscribe. That is, if you enjoyed it. And check out Lucas's channel, because he is a great friend of mine, and he is awesome. And I will see you all next time.